Hi, in this video we are going to practice using quantifiers with countable and uncountable nouns. And the objective that we have for this is precisely use quantifiers for countable and uncountable nouns. Alright? So let me show you here this chart in which I give you some quantifiers that we can use for each type of nouns. First of all, let me show you this question. The question that we have for countable nouns is how many. It means that when we are asking that question, we are usually requiring that the answer describes a quantity of that particular noun. If we say how many, we are asking about something that is quantifiable. That means that is countable, that we can count. For example, if we say, how many carrots are there in your kitchen? How many carrots? It means that we're asking for a quantity, and we can answer that with a number. I have 3 carrots, or I have 5 carrots, or I just have 1, but we can certainly quantify that. Now, apart from giving a number, we can say I have a few carrots, or I have a number of carrots in my fridge. All right. If you say, how many carrots do you have? I have a number, but we can, apart from just saying a number, we can specify a number of. A couple or a couple of means that I have 2, couple. Several means that there are more than one, but not that many, just a few. All right. They are actually synonyms. A large number of, we can say, or a great number of, and then we have that followed by a countable noun. All right. Now, in this column here, we have some expressions that we can use before uncountable nouns. And the question that we ask for uncountable nouns is how much. For example, how much sugar do you need for this dessert? How much? And for that, of course, we cannot, because we are asking about an uncountable noun, we cannot say I have 3 sugars, 4 sugars, or 1 sugar. No, we may need to use that in the singular form, or we can use a unit before the noun. So we could say, how much sugar do you need? You can just say I need a little sugar, just a little bit, but not specifying. Or you could say, I need 3 cups of sugar if we want to make that plural. All right? But we can just say, I need a little sugar, or a bit of sugar, which are similar, little and bit. A great deal of means a lot, or a large amount of. All right? So as you can see, amount is something that implies that we are talking about the material that we're referring to, but it is usually followed by a singular noun. All right? We can use that, remember, or we can use some unit to quantify that. But the good news is that apart from just memorizing or knowing which expressions we use before countable nouns and which we use before uncountable nouns, we have some expressions that we can use before both. That means that, for example, I can say I have no water in my bottle, all right? Or I can say I have no drinks in my bottle. It means that the word no can be used before uncountable and before countable nouns. Same thing with none. How much water do you have? I have none. Or how many cupcakes do you want? None. So we can use none to refer to countable and uncountable. All right? And other options are not any, or some, or any. We can use, remember that some we use for affirmative sentences, and any we use for questions and for negations. I want some water, and I could and I could ask somebody, do you have any water? Or I don't have any water. So that's the difference between some and any that we have reviewed in some other instances. Next, a lot of. I love that one because it is very useful for any situation. I can say a lot of water or a lot of neckties, for example. All right, quantifiable and non-quantifiable nouns, countable and uncountable. Plenty of, which means enough or sufficient. Lots of, which means a lot of that, means many or much of that material. Both countable and uncountable nouns can be used with those expressions. All right, that is the main idea that we need to practice in this lesson. So I have one simple exercise first for you to do that, and that refers to complete the following sentences with quantifiers that we have studied. Those quantifiers that we just mentioned can be used before these nouns. So your challenge here is for you to analyze, is this a countable or uncountable noun? And before that, you can decide to use any of the expressions that you have seen in this video. And there is no one single correct answer, but just make sure that the noun that you're using accepts a quantifier that goes before countable and uncountable. All right, so please pause my video, complete this simple exercise, and I will see you in a moment. Go ahead. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having done that. And here I have some sample answer for you. The first one could be, my aunt, or my aunt, some people say my aunt, has a large number of vegetables. I could say many vegetables also, in her fridge. But since we had this countable noun, we could use any of those. I drink plenty of water when I play soccer. That is one possible, yes, because plenty of we can use for either countable and uncountable. And in this sample answer, we decided to use plenty of. Maria has a little money saved to buy the dress that she wants. Next, Luis brings lots of candy when he comes to visit. Means a lot of candy. Luciana buys several raincoats every spring, right? Because she needs them to be outside. All right, so several raincoats, that is not the only possibility there, but it is one that is acceptable because raincoats is a countable noun. All right. Now, finally, I have a very actually simple exercise. In my opinion, this is very simple, but you have to be careful with the vocabulary that you're using and the quantifiers that you use with each word. So here's the exercise. You are going on a camping trip for the weekend. All right. See yourself, picture yourself going camping. All right. Write a list of some of the things that you would take, specifying the quantities for each item. What do you need to take on a camping trip? All right, what do you need? You're gonna be in nature. You're gonna need something to probably eat, something to sleep in, some things to do. So how would you entertain yourself there? What do you need for survival, for emergencies? All right, you get the idea? So I just need a list of things that you would take on a camping trip for the weekend, not for a long time, just for 2 or 3 days at the most. All right, pause my video, complete the activity, and when you are ready, I will show you some sample answers. That's when you resume the video. All right, pause my video, complete the activity, please. All right, thank you for having done that, and let me show you some sample answer that a girl wrote. All right, she wrote a tent, yes, a tent, 1 tent, a hat, yes, important to protect yourself from the sun, a towel, I guess, yeah, I haven't thought about that. That's a good idea. A towel, a flashlight, yes, to see at night, 2 changes of clothes. I like this. 2 changes of clothes means 2 sets of clothes. Some pants, shirts, socks, underwear, etc. And 2 sets, 2 changes of clothes. I like that expression. No video games. I love this because no is a quantifier. No video games at all. I like that because you're going to be in nature. You don't want to be playing video games there. And you need batteries for that. You don't want to use your energy in playing video games. A couple of books. Yes. Nice. Some silverware. A spoon, a fork. I like that. A few lemons. That is great. A few lemons, because you don't know if you're going to find them there and they're not yours. You want to take something to make some lemonade. Some sugar. That's why she's taking some sugar to make some lemonade, probably. Several granola bars. Bars of granola. Several. Yes, to give you energy. Cereal energy. Cereal bars for energy. Lots of water. I don't know if lots of water, but enough, plenty, because it's heavy also. Lots of water, but that is important, yes. Well, if you're driving, it is easy to just take lots of water. That's another option. You don't have to walk all the time. Plenty of sunscreen. Oh, that's really important. Plenty of sunscreen, and that is a very good quantifier for sunscreen. And a little salt. Yes, for eggs in the morning, for example. Yes. Oh, that's a very good list, and I like it very much. So what I would like to ask you to do now is to listen to her pronunciation. I am going to pause my video for that, and you practice reading that list with her. All right? Go ahead. Listen to her pronunciation and pronounce after her. Go ahead.
A tent. A hat. A towel. A flashlight. 2 changes of clothes. No video games. A couple of books. Some silverware. A few lemons. Some sugar. Several granola bars. Lots of water. Plenty of sunscreen. A little salt.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having done that. And remember that the main objective of this lesson is to decide which nouns are countable and uncountable, and for each noun that you can use some quantifiers, some expressions that express the quantity of that particular noun. All right? And these are the expressions that we practiced with. Thank you very much for having completed this activity and for having studied countable and uncountable nouns with me again. And I will see you in the next video.